Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm your humble host, Mr. David Knoll, also known as Hawkeye Two Feathers. And I greet you with the love and the honor of the infinite creator. And I continue to pray every day that each and every one of you will continue to learn to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the blessings from the universe. And I wish to humbly thank every single one of you, of my subscribers. You are all wonderful people. Thank you for what you do. Now, this particular subject, they've been, this. I always talk about the spirits kicking me to, have a conversation, and this is one of those times I've been kicked for the last 2 days, and so it's like, okay, my shins hurt. Hi, Doug. How are you? Delaney, how are you? Hugs right back to you, sister. But in this understanding of things, and it's like, what do we strive to do in our lives? What is our goal? And y'all know what my goal is. My goal is to provide a platform where we can all meet and discuss, spiritual things, and we can all come together and et cetera, right? So, but here's the thing. In this world of chaos, hey Cherry, how are you? Had to find a peaceful space in the chaos. There are so many things that will keep us from our true path. And here's the thing. So this phrase kept running through my head the last couple of days. I mean, it's been driving me nuts. It's just be better. And it was like it would go from just be better to just do better. And after a day and a half of mulling this over, I was like, no, just do better suggests that you must do something every day to be better. And that's not it. You're welcome, Cherry. I'm glad you're here too, honestly. But to just be better, what do I mean by that? Well, there's so many people put, and we do this to ourselves as well. We put these expectations on ourselves, to be a better person, to be better spiritually, to do good, to blah blah blah, whatever it is. Okay, but here's the thing, and this is the message that they wanted me to bring to you, is that if you have made it through another day and have learned anything from the previous day or previous days, it isn't so much that you have to do something outstanding, but to be better, you have to stay better. Okay. What do I mean by that? So if you feel better about your spiritual self, then accept where you are right now and go, well, and tomorrow I'm just going to be better. Whatever that is. And it only has to be 1 second of a day that you're better. It could mean that you're emotionally more stable. It could mean that you're not going to go out there skin diving in the chaos of the world and look at all this stuff that's happening and get your mood down. It could mean that, you hollered at the kids a couple of days ago and your temper was up, and you have chosen, I'm going to try to do better to control my temper. That's all. What is it that you can just be better? Anything. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm just going to have a better attitude. Even though the world could be literally crumbling around you, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to deal with it, but I'm going to feel better that I'm stronger in who I am. Thank you, Monster Man. It was great talking to you. It really was. Cherry Sile, that's for sure. Anyway, but so many of us will put our own expectations out there in the future, and somehow we're supposed to reach. I'm glad, Cherry, because you say, well, I went this last week and I don't really feel any different. I don't feel like I've I'm doing better. Or, you know what I mean? So if you're doubting yourself all the time, then the answer is probably you're right about that. You're not doing better because all you're doing is questioning whether or not you're doing better. Well, I don't know if I'm doing better or not. I don't know if I'm any more spiritually. I don't know. I did it. Oh, stop it. Just, and I've been through stages like this myself. So, when I talk to you about things, I have been through, similar situations myself. So I can talk on it. I feel like I've got personal, there's some personal stuff in this, but in it though, can you just wake up the next day, tomorrow, and go, well, for whatever reason, I felt kind of crappy today. Man, you know what? I felt kind of crappy yesterday, but you know what? I'm not gonna let that bother me. That's you being better. It's really simple. And I put in the title of this, it's a simple statement. You got to go back to the chair trance. Okay, Cherry, we love you and cosmic hugs and hope everything's okay. Okay, we do. But in this feeling better, doing better, being better, well, what does that mean? Hey, Doug, it means that we will continue to be ourselves. So we don't get caught up in the chaos or somebody else's stuff or whatever. We stay out of things. And by using the wisdom from the universe that I'm always preaching about, if you use the wisdom of your own life and your own surroundings, and you take a look at it and say, okay, I don't want to get caught in this trap over here, or I don't, want to go down this road, or I was pissed off in traffic, or whatever it is, but it's those little things in life that make us feel better about tomorrow or about today versus yesterday. So don't overcomplicate it. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome, Cherry. Everybody's always welcome. But in this just being better, just in a better state of mind. I'm not going to let these things bother me as much. I'm not going to, get mad at the dog. I'm not going to, whatever those things are, they're tiny little incidents that can happen just out of the blue. And you say, well, this incident's going to tick me off and I'm going to get, well, okay. Or you can just be better and go, I have gotten upset over this before. And I'm choosing now to try to be that compassionate observer. I'm going to try today to be a little better than my last however many times that it might be. Hey, Richard, how are you? Hope everything is well in your area. But so many people want to take giant leaps, and that's how they're doing better. And it's the small steps that count in all things. At my age and with all the things that I've been through, those spiritual awakenings that I have, the really grandiose moments, where I just get snockered and go, holy crap, they're fewer and farther between. So I'm like, well, when's the next great thing am I doing okay? I mean, and for my own self, but the answer comes in today. I'm going to feel better than yesterday, even though I might not really. That's the point. It's like yesterday I had a period out, and then I got the weed eater out, and for like an hour I cut trails through the blueberries and mowed some of the yard with my weed eater. And and I'm not dead today, because usually if I spend as much time with a weed eater like I did yesterday, I can't walk or talk, or it hurts. But I've had two different walks, one up on the hill and through the blueberry patches, and another one back into the woods. And like a dummy, I didn't wear pants, so I'm scratched up from the blackberry bushes and things, but that's my fault. And the skeeters are out. Oh my God, the skeeters are out. There were no skeeters the last couple of days. And since we had this really high wind come in, we've got skeeters all over the place. In fact, I was saving this one. I know it sounds crazy, don't it? But this this is the size of this skeeter that was trying to bite me, and I was telling Bossy Man, I said the damn thing's got bones, you know. But anyway, on the verge of having more, mosquitoes sent to you. Hey, Elderberry, they called the universe here. Yeah, and I was here for 10 minutes. So guess what, Barry? I'm just playing. I'm just teasing. But anyway, but in this realm of doing better, of being a better person, of being better spiritually, here's the thing. If you survived yesterday and you're here today, you're doing better. Okay? Because you didn't let whatever had happened yesterday or the day before that or whatever. So you have to thank the universe. I'm still here. And I must have done something wrong, or I mean, I must have done something right and not wrong because I am still here. And so I must be doing okay. And because for each day that we make it, we're doing better. Okay. It is a simple statement, but people want to look at their spiritual development, or maybe they want to watch their channel grow or whatever. Okay. How do you gauge it? Well, I don't know. But, in this gauging of things, well, I don't know. Have I made any progress? Am I doing any better than I did yesterday? Are you still here? Is your core value still with you? Do you still love and give compassion to others? Do you still have a helping hand? Not always, but when it's available. Do we have to do something grandiose every single day to be doing better? And the simple answer is no. Okay. And accept that all gifts, big or small, whether they're a minute long or a day long or whatever, is a blessing. So y'all are here again today, and I think you're doing better. Why? Because you survived whatever happened yesterday. You survived the week. You're here on a Saturday, and so with that, you go, well, what's so simple about but that's what we say thank you to the universe for. I'm here another day. And because my thoughts are going to stay positive, because I can maintain a positive attitude, then I must be doing better. Yeah, what do you mean, Dave? Because if you were doing worse, you wouldn't have the same thoughts. You would have lost your ambition. You would have lost the spirit. You would have become a part of the chaos. You would have become a part of the false matrix. So, but if you're still here and you still feel, yeah, my spiritual path hasn't changed. I'm still, this, okay, then you're better because you've been able to maintain it. What do you mean? Well, how long can you hold on a rope if you're falling off a cliff? And you might say, well, I'm not very good at this. Well, if you've held on for 10 minutes, you're doing better than other people. I know, but in the chaotic world, people are hanging by a rope or a thread off of cliffs. And sometimes they create the cliffs. Sometimes, but the core value, do you still have it from yesterday? It's still with you today. And then the simple answer is, are you doing better? And the answer is yes, because you've maintained and you still want to continue. You haven't given up today. And if you're still willing to, finish this day and face tomorrow, whatever it may be, then you're still doing better, because otherwise you just give the F up. And so if you think that it's hard, if you think, and I'm not saying that life ain't tough, but if you're still hanging in there, you're doing better, because you've lived one more day. You've got more experience. You've got the chance to do better. But at least you can be better. All right, because it's a frame of mind. So, regardless of what goes on around you, maintain this thought. I'll be better tomorrow. I will be better in 10 minutes. I'll be better whatever. I am better than I was yesterday. Well, I don't know. I don't feel any better off. My bills are still there, but you're still here and you still got a chance to do better tomorrow or the next day. You understand? So, although it's a simple statement, it is complicated as much as people want to make it. But the simple statement, just be better. That's all. You don't have to save the world. You don't have to, you don't have to over expect yourself. Well, I wanted, 1,000 subscribers by the end of the week, or I wanted blah, blah, blah. But are you in, I picked up a new subscriber the other day, and you know me, I don't ask for folks to subscribe or to like the videos. It's up to y'all. But, another new subscriber, and I'm just like, well, thank you to the universe. And Crafty, how you doing? You're one of the newer ones here on the channel, and I welcome you and peace be unto you and yours. But this idea, though, that somehow in order to do better, we have to buy a new card. We have to have a new phone. Because those are physical things that represent we must be doing better. Either that or you just spend all your money on a phone and because you thought it would make you be better or whatever. I've got friends of mine, God bless them. In the last 2 years, they've had 5 different phones. I love them to death. But in the last 2 years, they've had 5 different cell phone kind of tablet thingies. 5 different phones. For whatever reason, they got to have another one because it makes them feel better. You're welcome, Crafty. Thank you. But in this idea of just be better, it is so simple. And when you understand that I may not be going about things in leaps and bounds, but do you still have your soul with you tomorrow? Do you still have, and tragedy can strike, don't get me wrong. And there are times when our energy is going to get zapped, zapped and sapped, Z and an S. Okay. But, and we can get zapped and not really be aware of it. And we got to shake it off. Or we can have our energy sapped from us, drained. And sometimes we kind of sort of know what's going on or not. And we can do better by recognizing it and going, somebody's trying to sap my energy. Somebody's trying to zap me. Or, someone's trying to influence me in a way I don't really want to go. So you learn how to be kind. That should be, and you can say, well, I didn't just shoot him the bird and tell him to, to F off, but I did say, some of the things or whatever it is or bother me, so you did better than the last time. You know what I mean? So every day that you wake up, you should congratulate. This is what they're telling me. You should congratulate yourself that you made it to another day of opportunities. And it's up to us to just be better in the simplest way possible. Just a thought. Call somebody up. Send them, you don't have to call anybody, send out a cosmic prayer to somebody that might need it. But in that is part of doing better, of being better. You took a little bit of time, a couple of minutes out of your time to send somebody a prayer in your head. You might have done that yesterday. Okay, that's not my point. But if that's what you're doing, then understand if you did again, somebody might have needed that's very good, Richard. Wealth of the heart is not of the pocket. Absolutely. So, and it isn't about wealth. I mean, if you've got money and you can lend somebody or give it to somebody, but to the point, it isn't about, having a new card or a new cell phone. That's not about, are you doing better? And are you being better? Today you popped in immediately. Yeah, I know, kind of. And it was going to be earlier too, by the way, but I had a conversation with Mossy Man on the phone. Hey, Witch Moon. You're there listening. Thank you. You're welcome, Witch Moon. And for everybody that comes on here, you too, Ed. that sounded that sounded weird. I didn't mean anything by that. It was just like there's the next name that popped up in the chat. Oh, I hope you all know that I'm not picking on anybody, and if I am, I'm doing it with love. But this idea, though, that you have to do something grandiose to be better tomorrow, and that's just not true. You know, it is so. Susie Q, hi. Um, Love and light to you as well, and always peace. Uh, Good, Ed, because it was, and you too, Ed. That just sounded so damn weird as soon as it came out my mouth. But it was a situation. You're cooking, yum yum. I'm gonna not make this too long because me and Duggar want supper. But anyway, this is sort of an afternoon. Hi, how you doing? It's the sun's going down here. Not that you need to look at my ugly mug, but it's that you know our expectations, our future expectations. Well, my next spiritual jump, I'm going to do better. Okay. But if you don't see it in the first couple of days or a week or a month, then you feel like you haven't made any progress. If you're still looking, if you're still searching, if you're still using your heart to find out what's true, then you are doing better. Why? Because you haven't lost your soul, you haven't lost your energy, you haven't given up. So for every day that you continue, you're doing better. Oh, I don't know about that, Hawkeye. Okay. But understand that these are the things that most people would discount as like, well, and I don't mean a 10% coupon, but they would not count it as, as being, I don't know, their realm and belief system of, well, how are you doing better? Show me how you're doing better. Well, I'm here today. So, but how are you doing better? I mean, there's got to be some kind of like concrete, super duper something that, they will determine is better. So the world wants us to do better, and they want us to achieve, and they want to see results, and they want all this stuff, right? And we want the same thing. It's kind of sort of human nature in that. But what we have to understand that sometimes it's them little things that build up to the big stuff. And take it in that I'm here today and I didn't give up yesterday, and whatever the situation, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm going to wake up tomorrow and and go, okay, Duggar, me and you, and we're just going to try to, hey, Dark Truth, that we're just going to have at least a continued positive attitude, right? There's something might come along that might shake my tree a little bit, something tragic I could find out, but there's always those things. But in my mind is the older I get, I'm like, well, I just can't do what I used to. Well, yesterday I used a weed eater for a while, so I still have the capability. So it's like, could I pick up the weed eater today? No. Maybe tomorrow, maybe. But that's the point. Maybe tomorrow I can do better than I did today as far as, picking up the weed eater. Now, I know that's so strange, but in doing so, though, I have personal power. I have taken it upon myself to make a decision. I'm going to go weed eat, and as bad as it hurts my back or whatever, I'm going to take a pain pill. I'm going to take I'm going to take an ibuprofen, and I'm going to go out in the yard and I'm going to do this until I can't hold on to the damn thing anymore. And in that, yesterday I was like, I was ready to put the thing down. And I'm like, no, just a few more minutes. Can you hold out, Dave? Yeah. The answer was yeah. So I did better, where normally I would have turned the thing off and put it down. So if another 5 minutes to me is like an hour, So yesterday I did better with the weed eating, So, but in this, I know it's just something to chat about. But if and if I don't pick up the weed eater tomorrow or whatever, that's okay. because I really busted my ass yesterday, right? So, but in that, I'm going to still try to do better. If my back is bad and I can't do it, I'm going to look for something else. But I made it through. Now that the grass is all mowed up there, I can go collect blueberries now that are all over the place and some of these things. So instead of maybe mowing or doing something, I'm going to go collect berries, which is high on the list to do. So I'm going to do better in that I'm going to still do something. You know what I mean? It's not, the better has no hash marks on a stick to go, well, yesterday you went up to here and today you only made it up to here. Forget about that. Some days are better than others, and I actually did push through the pain. And even today I was like, I really kind of want to, and Duggar was like, nah, we're going. So we went on a walk up the hill and all around, I mean, 20, 30 minutes, and down in the woods until the mosquitoes got so bad. I said, come on, Duggar, let's come back. But we've taken several walks, which is a little bit more than my normal. Okay. Slightly, but you see, it's better, you know. I went out and played with my new kitty cats today, and they're doing better. They're coming out in the yard when I holler, kitty, kitty, kitty. They all come running out for butter. It's really cute. But so I'm not going to predetermine that tomorrow is going to be bad in any way. It might end up that way. It might turn out to be a chaotic day. I might not be able to get off the bed. And then I'll go, okay, I'm just going to watch the race on Darlington. Awesome is doing something is as well routine. It's okay to take a break. Absolutely. And there are some people who are so locked into the routine that that's the only thing they have going for them is the routine, So, but I agree with you, Crafty. And there was somebody who said, I can't leave dishes on, out or whatever. And well, before I go to bed, I'm going to go, all right, go do the dishes, if that's what makes you happy. But I understand waking up in the morning to a sink full of dishes. So, I get both points. But sometimes we just have to go, not tonight or not now, and don't worry about it and just leave it at that. But anyway, dark truth. Strange, I was just listening to a song called Everybody Hurts. Ouch. But see, I don't plan on hurting, but I know, but from my body and all the abuse that it's had over the years, my fault and a lot of it other people's faults, but due to accidents that weren't my fault. But that I refuse to go, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the weed eating tomorrow. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk like I did today. Well, I used to do that. Okay. And you just can't do it because you're kind of pushing, maybe it ain't going to be okay tomorrow. Well, I don't want that in my possible future. It could be still possible, but that I don't have to give it any strength. Am I going to hurt tomorrow? Probably. I hurt every day, sometimes worse than others, and I can't walk. Okay, not a problem. But am I going to say that that's tomorrow? No. It could be, but I ain't going to focus on it. You know what I mean? So anyway, so when we're trying to understand about, am I doing better? Is it better? We have to take the little, small, minute things into account. Now, if you woke up grouchy and got on, you got up between the wall and the bed and you're just fuming all day long. And I've had those days, but not recently, but you're fuming all day long and you just don't, and nothing seems to go right. And you dropped your favorite cup and it broke. And I mean, but the first thing we do is go, crap, I'm in a really crappy mood. Do I really want to be in a crappy mood today? Or am I going to allow myself to waller in it? And that's where we do better. You go, nah, and it's being awakened to the fact that you have a choice. What do you mean? Well, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. So go back to bed and get up on the other side. I mean, physically, just stop your mess, go back to the bed, lay down for 5 minutes, and get up on the right side of the bed with a better attitude. Physically do it. And you'll go, well, that was sort of silly, but I feel better. right? Okay, so that's how we do better. That's how we just be better. Well, okay, and maybe you don't get out of your funk today or yesterday or whatever, but you realize by the end of the day, fingers crossed, that you'll realize I was such a mofo today. I was just in a crappy mood, and I just don't want to be that way tomorrow. There you go. So at the end of your day, you have just become better because you say to yourself, I don't want to be that crappy, crabby malcontent that I was yesterday. So by having that thought, you've just transcended into that just be better. I don't want to be like that tomorrow. Okay. That means you want to be better, right? Okay. So whatever it is, just take it into account and into consideration. Is that we have the opportunity all through our day and night. Now, y'all know me. Sometimes I'm up at 4 a.m. doing a darn video. Well, I realize sometimes why I'm doing that because there's folks down in Australia and other places on the continent. Listen to me, other places on the world, on other continents. Hey, General, how are you? Kurt Cobain is alive. Here you are. Okay. Crafty music is my soul food. Yep. The weather changes what gets me. Yeah, me too, Ed. But there are other things too. But here's the thing, though, that we just don't get caught up in it. Nah, oh my God, it's going to be 95 outside tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to be shit. That's me. And then I realize, yeah, but maybe we can not put so much forward that how it's going to be for us. Well, it might be 95 tomorrow. But does that mean it's going to ruin our day? Does it mean we can't do it? You know what I mean? So, oh my God, it's going to be 95 with 85% humidity, which is lousy down here. Okay. That's nasty. I'd rather put up with the coldest day than, a hot, muggy day in South Georgia. But to the point, though, I'm not going to push myself forward in that it's going to be a bad day. I'm going to say, well, it's going to be hot tomorrow. I'll just do the best I can. Because I'm old and heat bothers me more. I'm just going to do the best I can, whatever it is. And that, to me, is being better. Instead of going, oh, crap, I was going to do this tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be so hot. And I have been there many, 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 many times. So for myself, this is still a continuation of my journey. I am a shaman in training. And the training is we give ourselves credit for just being here another day and surviving whatever the world has put against us up to this point. And say thank you to the universe for the wisdom to still be here, and ask him while you're at it, give me wisdom for tomorrow. That's all. It's very simple without any kind of great big ceremonial things. Now you can light sage and you can do a ceremony with it if you wish more intent, but it is the thought that really counts. In the long term of everything, did I have a better thought today than I did yesterday? That's all we got to do, So I'm not going to draw this out. Memories, yeah, it's good to cry to cleanse, but it's not good to stay all day crying. I agree with you. The kind of sort of general rule of thumb that I've learned over the years, and I think it was, I don't know, one of the saints, somebody said something about this, and it was like, it's okay to be angry, but if you're really fuming angry after 15 minutes, you've overdone it, because you're repeating yourself and this and that. So it's okay to cry, but if you're still wailing and crying, now if someone just recently died or something, there are certain conditions. But the other day, I might have been yesterday, something just came upon me for a little bit, and I was just overwhelmed with tears. And I was sitting here going, no, what the heck is that about? Well, I don't know. Whoever's out there, I'm just going to send a general prayer out. But in the general, there are times when something would trigger there's a sadness in the universe, and then I'll, dwell on that sadness. Is it me or somebody die or something? And then all of a sudden, I end up being the half of the day is gone into some old memory and a bunch of tears and a bunch of sadness. I don't do that anymore. But I know it's easy for folks to get caught up in that. So to do better today or better tomorrow or the next day or the next day is simply using, like tomorrow's Mother's Day, right? And, all of my mothers are dead, so, or have passed away. And a lot of other good people too, but my sister's a mother, and I can, live, I don't want to say vicariously, but my friends who were here the other day, she's the mother of Emma, and Emma's doing really well. So, yes, and you're right, Crafty, and they remain with us always. As long as we remember their memory, they're still alive. So, I absolutely believe that, Crafty, and in a lot of other religions and cultures, and November the 1st is All Saints Day in the Catholic Church, but it's Day of the Dead kind of thing down in Mexico and in other places where they honor the all those folks who have come before us, and they put out plates of food and so forth. But anyway, that's honoring the dead, honoring the memories, honoring that which has come before us. And many people don't honor anything these days, which is just a shame. Crafty, we are our elderly ancestors. Acknowledge yourself in mourning like the natives. Yep. So regardless of your religion or your background or your upbringing or even where you are now, just go outside and look up in the sky, unless it's raining in it, and you might get raindrops in you. Raindrops keep falling on my head. But anyway, but we as human beings need to give ourselves credit for the little things. It's not always the big, giant leaps of faith or spiritualism or money or accomplishments. It's how you got there. It is the journey along the way. For every bit of this journey is a small step. And for every step is a chance to be better. And it doesn't have to be grandiose. Remember that. Just having a better thought than yesterday and keeping that in your heart. So that's what that means. So it's 8:22. I missed the 20 mark, so I got a little bit here. So for those of you, smoke if you got them. In honor of all our past and folks. Santa Morte, and definitely to all the natives. Thank you, Kathy. I'm sorry, Crafty. But anyway, so just wanted to get on here and send blessings to everybody, and thank every single one of you for being a subscriber here on this channel. And I want, there are times when I say my channel, but it ain't mine. It really isn't. It's our channel. It's us. It's you folks. So